So Ben, to the outside world, it appeared that Burning Man was a bit of a disaster. A downpour that is a little bit unprecedented turned into a mud cake fest, apparently. But we don't know because we weren't on the ground, but you were. You were on that muddy ground. What happened?
That's why I did it. I went to Burning Man just so I could be there to report exclusively for you guys, and a bunch of partying and stuff. Whatever. Side note, it was wild. This is my third burn. We talked about it before I went. And this was unlike any ever. There's never been this much rain at Burning Man. And it freaked people out. It was wild. I went to bed after sunrise. I woke up with my blanket wet and it raining inside of my shift pod, which is like a glorified big tent. And I threw the blanket off, went back to bed, and woke up at 2 a.m. with the power out in my tent and with about an inch and a half of rain and mud on the whole floor of my tent, where my e-bike battery was, where my fridge battery was sitting, where all my clothes were sitting. So it created quite a nightmare. And I walked outside eventually after about 24 hours sequestered inside my shift pod, and it felt like Armageddon out there. It felt very intense. It was mud everywhere, thick mud. You would step in it and your boots would just get stuck like quick drying concrete. And every step you would take, it would lift enormous amounts of mud. A lot of people would put like socks or trash bags on top of their boots so it wouldn't stick as much, but I did not want to fall. So I just went straight boots, and the boots were about like 30, 40 pounds each step lifting not great for my old man knees, but it did not stop the experience for me. A lot of people sort of failed what Burning Man is supposed to be, the radical self-reliance. Some people had to leave, I get it, and some just got scared and bailed. There was a lot of talk of rationing food, of supplies being short, of people not knowing what to do for food and drink. But I wasn't worried about it. I had enough nuts in my tent alone to feed my whole camp probably for a week. So I wasn't too worried about it. And I stayed, and we trudged through the mud like on Saturday night, trudged right through it. And walked about a half a mile. It took about an hour to a party and just danced all night and then trudged back. And it was incredibly difficult to get there and to get back, but worth it.
What kind of drugs were you on to make the experience bearable? Everyone's wondering. Let's just get right to it.
I will tell you, Anna, I was not sober a lot of the time, but I was sober a lot of the time too, I was the first comedian in Burning Man history to headline Burning Man, and so I did a set on Tuesday night before the storm, and then did another set on Saturday after the storm. And so I had my wits about me some of the time, but I also enjoyed indulging the vibes, and the vibes are not always sober for that many people there. People do it sober. It wasn't my choice this year.
No, they don't.
Oh, yeah. No. Yeah,
there's a single person. Kids go. Children go.
Oh, the kids are doing drugs?
No.
Okay. But serious question. That was a serious question, but I am curious. So as the apocalypse ensues, the event organizers, did you get any word from them? Did you get any help from them? Was there any type of action taken by the very individuals who put this whole event together?
So, twofold response. The whole premise is, again, radical self-reliance. You're supposed to bring everything you need to survive the elements. Rain is always possible. I brought, for example, a rain cover for my e-bike. You can see it on graphic one. That's my bike with my nice totem, so I can find it from a distance. And a lot of people didn't. And the org does not provide much other than ice. Nice bike, right? Other than ice, and which you can purchase. The only thing you can purchase there, and fuel for art cars, and the rest you're kind of on your own. But they did. The communication was, I think, maybe a bit hyperbolically scary. So a lot of people did wake up on Saturday to start rationing your food. You might not be able to get out of here till Wednesday or maybe Friday. And people got freaked out, and a lot of people walked out 6 hours through the mud and to hitchhike a ride from BRC, Black Rock City, to Reno. But then the org would update, maybe somewhat slowly, but overall pretty good, letting us know maybe it's not as bad. We still don't know when the roads will open. But they did offer also, they apparently provided shuttles for people who were able to walk out to go from there to Reno. So there was some support, but the purpose of it is sort of to be on your own anyway.
So as someone who's not a fan of radical self-reliance, I will say this, it's a great business idea, right? Like, buy tickets to our event where we will do nothing for you. But okay, so what did you get out of the event, right? So it's a disaster, but you seem to have like a more complimentary tone toward the whole experience, which is shocking to me because it sounds like absolute hell. But what did you get out of it that was, by the way, I'm sorry for totally taking over this conversation, Cenk. That's usually what you do.
Is it? Is it? Go ahead.
I'm sorry, I have questions. He's got answers. But that'll be it from me for now. Go ahead.
So I got lots out of it. It's just a complete life reset. It's a mind reset. You can look at graphic 2. This is the temple that they build, a different temple every year that gets burned down, and you go and honor your deceased loved ones. As you guys know, I lost my dad just four and a half months ago, and I was able to go and put a memorial up to my dad in the temple. Beautiful structure there that gets burned down on the last night. You can look at graphic 7. That's the memorial I put to my dad and my dear friend Ann, who also passed, and there's 2 sunflowers there, and my dad's high school ID card and a postcard I wrote to both of them. And then I etched some things there in the wood. On graphic 8, you can see to my dad and to Ann and to my grandparents that have passed, and my friend Brooke. And then on the last night, the temple burns down. I think that video didn't go through that I sent you guys, but it was beautiful and spiritual. And then you go not only watch the temple burn, then you get to go and walk through the embers of the temple and have a very beautiful, somber experience and reflect on your life and your loved ones. And that's the kind of spirituality that I like. I don't like a dogmatic religious spirituality. I like one that you can kind of choose for yourself and make for yourself. And I thought that was very beautiful. It's always my most amazing part of Burning Man, is just connecting with the temple and having this place that you get to have this kind of release of a lot of the stuck emotion, and hopefully being able to convene with some kind of peaceful vibe with your deceased loved ones. So that's part of the answer for you, Anna, if it is.
Well, ironically, that gets you out of the emotional mud that you were stuck in. Analogy.
Indeed.
Okay.
Indeed. Indeed. If you want to see, like, for example, if you want to go to video 8, you can see some of how my pod got rained in and flooded, and then you can go right into video 9 if you want to see and get an actual sense of what it was like that I shot on my own iPhone. I went to bed after daybreaker, after sunrise, at around 9:30 a.m. Woke up at around 5 p.m., 6 p.m. to a soaking wet blanket. I realized my windows were open because they had to be, because of the shift pod, to make sure it wouldn't implode. But it was raining inside my shift pod, and so I had to throw that blanket off. Luckily, my other one was mostly dry. And went back to bed with the windows closed, woke up in 1.5 inches of mud and water inside the floor of my tent. Apparently my floor has some major leaks. I'm a major leaker. And so I'm shifting now to an RV that was kindly offered to me to stay in. So overnight this happened. And so man burn, questionable. Temple burn, questionable. Being able to leave here Monday, questionable. Might be raining again tonight, late night. People are saying might not be able to leave until Wednesday instead of Monday. It is like mud. Oh my, I'm stuck straight up trying to walk here. I can walk about 10 steps a minute or something. It's the burn, man. Surviving the elements. Didn't expect this element though, in the high desert. seconds of water spilled out of my power supply when I turned it upside down. Battery was sitting in water for my e-bike. Hopefully that's dry now. Fridge, power was off. It's got it back on in the middle of the rain, and now it's off again. Suboptimal. Oh boy. Oh boy, power's out in the RV too, by the way. But all in all, things are fine, and they will be even finer.
Okay, I have a confession. I think the funniest part was seeing how clean you look now and how you looked at that time. Okay, like we're looking at you. You look like you just got out of the shower, if I'm being honest. Okay, and then at Burning Man, we go to Ben Glebe, you're like, and you got like the hippie 60. There you go.
Well, that's because I did just get out of the shower, first of all. Secondly, that's kind of the vibe here. And if you want to play the first video, J1, you can see as I'm drying my clothes on top of all of my stuff, and even more of a hippie vibe before I show you the post-rain, post-flood stuff that I stuck around for. I got more of my stuff drying on top of the shift pod. And on top of my e-bike. Where is that? Right there. And everywhere. This is what the inside is looking like now. It's drying. It's a little better. A lot better, I'd like to say, even optimistically.
Anna's not buying
No,
it, man.
I'm not
And I gotta be honest, you almost sold me, brother. You really did. You did a great job of selling me before you went.
Come on.
Okay,
Come on, no,
and then I tried to sell Anna on it based on what you did. I swear, but you turned me into an evangelizer, Ben. And I'd never even been there.
That.
And I've been telling no, but you don't understand. Like the tents and the cars, and they look amazing. And then I hear about the orgies. Anyway.
Were there orgies, or did the rain stop that from happening?
Well, I don't think a little extra fluidity ever hurts orgies, but I was not able to go. I was not able to go into the orgy dome because I happened to bike past it. I wasn't even looking for it, but I biked past it, and it's the one thing you have to be ID'd to go in, and if you're a man, you need to have a partner with you to get in there.
Wait, hold on. Wait a minute. There's literally an orgy dome?
That's correct.
No, it's not a joke. It exists. Like a bunch of people get together and they have a big orgy. Really? So that's why people go. Because I've been wondering. I'm like, why do people want to go to this thing?
Ding, ding, ding. We have a winner.
Like just go camping.
No,
we now know.
So let me correct the record. Normal camping, you're right, does not have an orgy dome, but that is not the reason. So let me show you a little bit of what's amazing about Burning Man and interesting before and after the rain. So take a look, and this also, again, if you're not into like trying to go and experience something pretty wild and radical, it's definitely not for you. But you're biking through, you see cool things like here, for example, you can see on J4. So I showed you the totem on my bike. A lot of people don't put stuff on the back of their bikes, but they should, because if you do, you can identify your bike from a big distance. So if you look at J4 video, there's no audio. You can just show it while I'm talking, and you can still see my bike there in the distance with the blue thing on top.
Yep.
You get to just have a surreal experience unlike anything else in life. And then I got to perform. If you look at J6, I got to perform in the middle of 1,000 people with 7 art cars surrounding me in a circle. Just take a look at a few seconds of this video. It's unlike anything you do in the default world.
Inside the Buffalo. And there was a few people with me, 5, 7, 9 people, whatever number it was, too many for the structural security of that Air Buffalo. And somebody needed a Band-Aid, somebody needed some cinnamon sticks, a rose water spray. I had it all in my bag. And this dude sitting in the living room in the Buffalo,
Yeah, that's how I got my playa name. I was in a yak, actually, up 20 feet in the air with a living room inside of it. There's just surreal experiences you don't normally get in life. And then after, and there's other very interesting, cool things. Like if you look at J2, you don't even need the audio of it if you can play. I'm sorry, not J2, J3. You just see very surreal things. There's like diner in the distance, and you go in this diner and you order whatever on the menu. They give you hot grilled cheese, no matter what you order, and there's dudes with like stubble and beards dressed like crabby old 50s waitresses that yell at you in a funny way and create performance art and just make you laugh. And then you go driving through Deep Playa, where it's just, desert, and there's occasional art pieces, and I was trying to find the temple, and then a whiteout hits and a dust storm hits, and I happened upon this phone booth just sitting there as an art piece in the middle of this empty desert, and so I went in there for a little bit of respite, and you can get a sense of how intense the environment gets when you're stuck.
Were you in a glass case of emotion?
Yeah.
I think I kind of was. Just take a look at this video. You will see me sweating and waiting out this storm, and I'll give you a little glimpse of what a whiteout looks like right outside of the phone booth if you want to play J2. Pretty interesting. Oh, and by the way, you should see what it looks like out here. So let me just open the door to this phone booth. Do you see what I'm saying? Total whiteout continuing. My bike is right there. Hello?
No.
And so,
no.
Yeah.
No to all
Look,
of it.
if you're a baby about it,
Hell yeah, I'm a baby about it. Okay, hell yeah, I'm a baby about it. You know what I like? I like my home. I like my dog. I like my TV. And I like all the nice, comfortable things that this society has afforded me.
Yeah.
I like it. I like the default world. But you know what? I don't begrudge anyone who enjoys this experience of torture.
So we had of course, we had a big storm in LA too, and the upside of it was that we stayed in our house perfectly dry. Okay, and it turns out you do put baby in a corner. I'm with Anna. That looks too hard. And I put myself in the corner of the house.
We're so red, and
Okay.
you looked.
Yeah, because I got a lot of
miserable.
dust in them. Fair enough.
So,
But then here's the beauty on the other side of the storm. Take a look at graphic 4, this beautiful art in Deep Playa, this incredible piece of art that was constructed just for the festival that you get to enjoy. Look at graphic 3. This is the man this year, this beautiful structure around it, and all of that blows up with an incredible fireworks show on the second to last night. If you look at video, this is after it dried out. Those all left. There's an intimate group left, and I'm on top of the Robot Heart, which was my camp. I'm about to enter the Robot Heart structure, and I'm above all of Burning Man. As the man is burning, you're about to see, I'm gonna pan down as I'm standing there in this steel structure in the sky, and look down there. It's just a world. There's the man on fire all the way in the distance. Everyone's camps and bikes and art cars convening in this mutual celebration in a surreal world you can never experience anywhere else. It's like if humanity evolved differently. You feel like you're on Mars for a week, and people are kind, and everyone greets you with a hug, a warm, genuine hug, and gifts you things, and gives you food and drink, and you're both taking care of yourself, but also embraced by these people that just take care of you and are all trying to just create an amazing experience. On the embers of the chapel, a bunch of people were dancing naked, and there was this beautiful woman dancing naked, and I got her name, and I wanted to keep talking to her. And it was one of the few times in life where, to make it not awkward to talk to a woman, I had to take my clothes off, and I got fully naked and danced with these people by the fire. It's just a type of existence that I never thought I would do anything like that. First time I ever danced naked anywhere. But you just get to push your boundaries, challenge your assumptions, and live in a very different way than you ever would in real life. And to do that for a week every year or few years, I hadn't been back in many years. I think it's something that challenges yourself and kind of pushes your boundaries and lets you know that there's a different kind of life possible out there, a different kind of connection with people possible out there. And I'm really trying to sell at least Cenk back on this. Keep in mind the rain, rare experience, hadn't happened ever in the history of Burning Man.
I think Cenk should go next year. I think Cenk needs to experience this. He's an open mind. He's the most open-minded man in America, everybody.
That's true, and I'm about to prove it. First of all, I like how Anna went from pass to hard pass in this segment.
The more you talked about it.
Yeah.
No, I get you when it comes to like the connection with people and all. Like I get it. I totally get that. I've experienced that as well on ecstasy at raves, And I'll experience that again one day, maybe, right? But like, I don't like discomfort. That's the only thing. Like, I am at a point in my life, and people disagree with this, that's totally fine. You do you, booze. But I'm at a point in my life, and I've accepted this, where I like nice things. I like comfort. I like to be pampered. Like, that's what I want. Okay, so I remember going to I like to go camping. And I go camping, like real camping. I don't do the bougie camping where I've got like an RV and it's not really camping, right? I've slept in a tent, I've done the whole thing, and I enjoy that. But I enjoy that in the context of a remote location where I'm not surrounded by people, where it's just like me and my husband and my dog, and it's like nice, it's like a escape from people. But I feel like people who go to Burning Man want a deeper, more spiritual connection with others. And I respect that, I really like that. And the fact that you were able to take something so good out of what appears to be an apocalyptic and disastrous situation really speaks highly of who you are, Ben. So I love that.
Thank you, Anna. I really appreciate that. Cenk's about to crap on that really nice statement, but I'd like to soak it in for a moment.
Yeah.
You should, because I mean it.
Yeah. No, I don't think I've ever spoken a lower percentage of the time in any segment we've ever done.
Sorry.
It's okay.
You're just done. You're just done.
Okay, all right, I'm stuck in the mud. All right, look, I'm actually very conflicted on it, Ben, because I don't view it as you or Anna. You look at the positive side of it and focus on that like a laser beam, and Anna looks at the negative side and focuses that like a laser beam. Whereas I have two laser beams coming out of my head, like a freaking shark with a laser beam on its head. Because I look at the mud and the dust and I go, oh hell no. I'm in the comfort business, okay? So like, that does not look 1% appealing to me. On the other hand, the art is kind of spectacular, and I am genuinely significantly impressed by it. And I'm not known as the art guy, to say the least, on the show. And look at this, I mean, it's such a different experience that it's hard not to be enamored by the uniqueness of it. And the different videos you were showing us, Ben, in the telephone booth it was Mad Max. In the thing where you were hanging off the whatever that thing was and you showed the whole city, that looked more like Clockwork Orange, to be honest. And there's probably some Clockwork Orange in there overall at the camp. And these days, obviously I'm married, I'm older, etc. Not that I would have done the orgy in the first place, but I would have attempted, right? So I'm past those years, but I like and appreciate that there is an orgy dome. Even if I'm not going to go into it, I like that it exists. I think that it should exist, okay? So I want to pull a Bezos and helicopter in, look around for 2 days when it's not raining, and then get the hell out.
Yes.
But that defeats the point theoretically, right?
Well, or a Chris Rock. Chris Rock and Diplo did the same this year, but they missed the beauty of it because it's about surviving till the end and making it till the end. But I love that Cenk clearly has found his poetry and love of Burning Man yet again, and is back leaning towards going. Because also we still haven't shown graphics 5 and 6 if you want to show them while I'm talking about it, but that's at the base of the man, and then graphic 6, you see the man above me before he burns. And there's just all these incredible communal experiences that you can't experience camping with your husband and your dog. You can't bring your dog, but you can bring your husband to it. And there's things like, there's a lot of dancing, a lot of DJs, and that's not what I'm there for.
I am bringing my husband to no communal experience. Let me just put it that way.
Fair enough. You might disagree, but fair enough.
Did you say that you had a Burning Man name?
I do, yes. My playa name is Playa Daddy.
Oh, okay. Oh, look at you,
Okay,
dancing naked.
That is a name that usually has to be earned. So here, brother. Playa Daddy is
Thank you
an
very much.
excellent name to
Totally.
have. Okay.
Thank you. Look, I've lost 20 pounds in the last 8 weeks and 4% body fat, and I was largely doing it so I could take my shirt off and dress skimpy at Burning Man. And I got there, and then I was given this name, and I was very happy about it. But
You should be.
There are also the non-partying elements that were magical. So like I left a night of partying and driving around, and then I was pretty exhausted, my throat hurt, and I stumbled upon a tea tent, and there's people just serving you hot tea of all different beautiful varieties. And then there was the Turkish Breakfast Club that was there in the morning offering people snacks and hot tea. And I got invited by my friends, this amazing lesbian couple, Bea and Emmy, to their engagement celebration out in Deep Playa. And then we all went out together as a big group after we had a communal dinner at their camp and amazing food provided. And we're driving and with a huge group, including my friend Colin, who's the guy that the first person ever to solo unassisted trek across Antarctica, was there with us. And a big group of like 15 of us on our bikes driving through the desert, and all of a sudden the basket falls off of the back of my bike, and we all shout, "Hold up, stop, we got a problem, I got to fix." And then Emmy tries to put the basket on her lap and bike, and she couldn't do it. And I luckily was prepared and had duct tape in my bag, and I wrapped my crate on the back of my bike with duct tape. And we're able to continue forward, and everybody's happy again. But we all stopped together and are patient for each other. And we pulled up to this other party that had like these burlesque and circus performances happening. But then also there was a basketball court in front of it, and I played basketball with a few people one-on-one outside of a nightclub in the desert, like just surreal things that would never ever happen in life, and celebrating people's love. And so you get to experience life in this very, very different way. And it just has a lot of elements to it that just, again, don't exist anywhere else on planet Earth. And you're right, Andy, the way you said it, you get to experience it together, and you get to experience kind of a common humanity that doesn't exist in everyday life very much. And so all of that makes it a very special experience.
So we're out of time here, but I love the surrealness. That's my favorite. And I like the common humanity. I think that's great too. I just want to do it without the radical self-reliance. Take it or leave it on the radical self-reliance. I know that's supposed to be the point, but I'm not buying that point. I'm buying the other 2 points.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, but combine radical self-reliance with a gifting economy. And so I'm driving around with a dirty martini bar in the back of my bike, and I'm making martinis for people, and people gift me with rose water. People,
but that's
just
not
beautiful.
Self-reliance though. Like, I actually don't like that message of radical self-reliance, because literally no one is radically self-reliant, even in that scenario. You're part of a community of people who are helping each other out. It's actually the opposite of that, isn't it?
It's both. It's radically self-reliant because you can't rely on anybody. You can't really ask for anything. You shouldn't ask for anything. You need to come prepared. And then as they say, the playa provides, you just stumble into like magical experiences where what you need occurs, where nice surprises happen. Somebody's bike knocked over in front of me. I didn't have to pick it up. They could have picked it up on their own, but I picked it up, and literally candy rained out of it like it was a piñata. Nice. Or perhaps more interestingly, in the middle of 80,000 people pre rainstorm, I lost my phone with my credit cards in the back of it. And I had luckily, a friend of mine changed my home screen right before a few hours before it. At dinner at their camp, they invited me to join them to say, please return it to Robot Heart at 9:45 in H if found. I lose my phone, it falls out of my shorts pocket as I'm driving into Deep Playa. I freaked out about it. My friend was like, don't worry, it'll come back. And I go back to my camp 3 hours later, and one of my campmates said, somebody just returned your phone. At what other experience on earth would you lose your phone, and like miles away on the other side of the playa, somebody made it their mission to return my phone to my camp, and I was only without it for a couple of hours. That's pretty rare, and you don't find that in normal life.
But when I heard that you lost your phone, I thought, good. Then you'll be even more radically self-reliant. Then you won't need your phone, your credit cards. All right, we're out of time. Ben, that was excellent. Thank you for sharing that with us. We really appreciate it. And now I feel like I was there without all the discomfort. Mission accomplished.
Thanks, Ben.
You are very welcome, but it's not Ben, it's Playa Daddy.
Okay, I'm not gonna call you that, but
Okay.
cool.
Fair enough, though. Fair enough. I see you, brother. I see you. Thanks for watching The Young Turks. Really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.